The Zephyrian fleet commander, Vextal, gazed through the crystalline viewport of his flagship at the small blue planet below. Earth hung in space like a delicate marble, seemingly insignificant compared to the mighty armada surrounding it. His 4 eyes gleamed with what he believed was certain victory. Such a primitive species, Vextal muttered to his second-in-command, Krilzon. Their technology is centuries behind ours. This conquest should take no more than a few rotations. The Zephyrians had conquered 17 worlds in the past decade. Each civilization had fallen within days of their arrival, overwhelmed by superior firepower and advanced quantum weaponry. Earth would be no different, or so they thought. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood in the emergency command center beneath the Pentagon, her weathered hands steady despite the chaos erupting around her. At 63, she had dedicated her life to theoretical physics, never imagining her work would become humanity's last hope. The alien ships are positioning themselves over major population centers, reported General Thompson, his voice tight with controlled panic. Our conventional weapons barely scratch their shields. Elena nodded grimly, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. Then we don't use conventional weapons, General. We use what makes us uniquely human, our capacity for absolute, terrifying creativity when backed into a corner. Above the planet, Vextal initiated the standard conquest protocol. Energy beams lanced down from the Zephyrian ships, striking military installations with surgical precision. The aliens had studied human warfare extensively. They knew about missiles, jets, and nuclear weapons. What they hadn't anticipated was humanity's greatest weapon. Innovation born from desperation. Within hours of the initial attack, something unprecedented began happening across Earth. In laboratories, garages, and makeshift workshops, humans started combining technologies in ways that defied conventional logic. A teenager in Mumbai merged video game code with satellite systems. Scientists in Stockholm weaponized particle accelerators. Engineers in Sao Paulo turned subway tunnels into massive electromagnetic pulse generators. Dr. Marcus Webb, a quantum physicist from Oxford, made the breakthrough that changed everything. Working with a team of programmers, mechanics, and even a street magician, he discovered how to create localized temporal distortions using modified cell phone towers. You see, Elena explained to the bewildered General Thompson, the aliens studied our military, but they never understood our nature. We're not just warriors, we're problem solvers. And when humans get angry, really angry, we solve problems in ways that make the universe itself uncomfortable. The first sign that something had gone wrong came when Zephyrian scout ships began reporting temporal anomalies. Their advanced sensors detected impossible readings. Time itself seemed to be hiccuping around major human cities. Vextal's confidence wavered as reports flooded in. A transport vessel had somehow become trapped in a loop, experiencing the same 30 seconds repeatedly. Another ship's crew aged backward until they became confused adolescents. Most disturbing of all, one of his destroyers had simply vanished. Not destroyed, but erased from existence so completely that even the ship's records disappeared. Commander, Krilzon's voice trembled. The humans appear to be improvising with the fundamental forces of reality. In laboratories worldwide, the impossible became routine. Humans discovered they could turn gravity sideways, make light flow backward, and convince matter that it was actually energy feeling shy. The laws of physics didn't break. They simply got very confused and decided to take suggestions from a species that refused to accept impossible as an answer. The final straw came when a group of college students in Tokyo managed to hack the quantum foam underlying spacetime itself, treating the universe's source code like a badly written video game. Suddenly, Zephyrian ships found themselves subject to human-imposed game rules. Friendly fire was enabled, their fuel gauges ran backward, and their weapons occasionally fired flowers instead of plasma. Vextal stared in horror as his mighty fleet descended into chaos. Ships collided because their navigation systems insisted they were somewhere else entirely. Weapons misfired in spectacular light shows that spelled out rude words in 17 human languages. Sir, Krilzon whispered, should we retreat? The commander's pride warred with his survival instincts as another ship reported that its crew had somehow become two-dimensional and was now arguing with their own shadows. "Send a message to Earth," Vextal said finally. We surrender." On Earth, Elena smiled as she watched the alien fleet flee at speeds that violated several physical laws they had apparently decided to ignore in their haste. She turned to General Thompson, who was staring at readouts that insisted gravity was now optional in 17 time zones. "Never make humans mad, General," she said softly. "We don't just fight back. We rewrite the rules." Chat controls Sonnet 4.